right? So I think you guys have to accept nowadays. So welcome to our July call. Thanks to everyone for hopping on. I know it's the end of a holiday weekend, and I know I'm coming down from having like a yucky, terrible cold for the past 11 days. Finally went to the Ready Med today to get put on a steroid because it was just not going away. So I know what it's like coming off holiday weekends, having lots of fun, but and being kind of tired. So let's talk about a few things coming up. And raise your hand first. I know I only see a few of your faces. If more people want to show their faces, we don't care what you look like, but we'd love to see you. Put your hand up if this is your first meeting ever, your first beautifully polished meeting. Hillary's, yay, welcome Hillary. Oh, Joni, Claudia, you guys, you can show your faces. It's okay. It makes it feel better. I haven't even showered yet today. So all right, good. Joni turned on. I'll tell you, especially for Amanda, who's going to be talking to us, it is really hard when you have to talk and you see just names in black boxes. It's not nearly as exciting and motivating. So unless you have chaos going on behind you, we don't care. Just show your face, and it makes us get to know each other's faces better with names, but it makes it way more fun for the speaker too, to be able to look at faces instead of just names. So if you don't turn it on for me, consider turning on for her in a few minutes. All right, so beautiful foundation sets. How about those? If you did not check your email, sets for the cause, they're amazing. They have ribbons, butterflies, and hearts. So you can encourage people for many different foundations to pick a color underneath of their choice that goes with what their foundation is. I mean, those are awesome. So those will come out tomorrow. So make sure you are promoting those in your VIP groups and on your Facebook pages, and reaching out to customers, especially ones that might have been looking for something special that we have not done yet, or maybe like they've been waiting for another breast cancer one, and now here you go, they could add pink to it. So something, whatever it is, it's a great time to reach out. I don't think anyone wants to see all my chaos. I don't know. We kind of like that. Okay. So those come out tomorrow. As you know, conference is this week. It's a big week for many people who are heading to conference. So if you're heading to conference, I've talked to someone who's leaving tomorrow. I know some people left today. I know some people are getting in Wednesday and Thursday. Come excited. That's why I went and made sure I went to the doctor, because I want this cold gone by the time I show up in Orlando. Sounds like there is weather there, so just keep an eye on it. I know Jackie had to pick someone up at the airport today, and that tropical storm is definitely there. So just keep an eye if you're flying or whatever. So come ready, come excited. If you are a virtual person, again, Kristen Toma, I know, is doing one. If you're down in her area, like Monroe area, she's doing one. She has availability if you want to get together with other Color Street people. Doesn't matter if you know anybody, come, and she's accommodating people at a hall all day. So you guys can watch it. So, there's that. Look for other people in your area where if you could get together with them. But the virtual recordings, like if you paid for it but you can't be there, they'll be available till the end of August. All right. So you'll be able to watch them. Right now I'm second guessing myself. Amanda, that's what they said yeah. Okay. Whew.
August 30th.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And you have access to all of the workshops, not just the ones that you're signed up for. That's huge.
It is huge, because I know for a while they were wondering if that was going to happen. So I'm so glad that it is. So can you watch them with your recruits? With new recruits? Of course. Oh, you mean because they didn't pay for virtual? I'm pretending you didn't ask me that question. I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll pretend that sometimes no response is the best response. Let's see. Okay. So with that, I will also tell you, Saturday is typically they tell us about the next year incentive trip on the last day. All right. So I'm assuming that Saturday, we're going to hear about the next incentive trip. That's when they've done it every time. And typically the points start that day. So anything you sell, any person you enroll would count towards the trip. I'm telling you, if you start working at it and you set it as a goal with intention, you can earn the trip. We had 63 people from our team earn it last year. You can do it. We have Sherry McAllister coming to our team next Thursday night. Assuming, again, I don't know. They have not told us there's an incentive trip. I'm not holding a secret. I'm just going by what they've done the past 3 years. Assuming they're going to announce it, assuming we're having an incentive trip, we have Sherry scheduled for next Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And she came in last year as well and broke down, this is what you need to do. Sell this much at parties, sell this much with your VIP group, promote here, enroll here. And she broke down how you can get the points. So she'll come in again and do the same thing for us. Because this year, if you went by, well, I only have to enroll this many people and I only have to sell this much. If you did just that, it wasn't enough points to get it. You had to have points outside of that with extra enrollment or extra sales or promotions. So she helps you understand that better. Okay. So I highly advise every person put it on as a goal. All right. And it is doable. So then that call will be next Thursday and she'll go over it. Then the other two promotions last month for Ready to Rank, where if you promote or a person you enroll promotes, you guys both get the extra incentives. And then the new promotion of Heat Wave, if you sell between $400 and $799 this month, you get 2 sets of that flaming orange glitter. If you sell 800 or more, you get 4 sets. So just kind of an extra incentive. And again, we're going to be trying to book parties because we're going to want to get parties right away for those points. So those sales will just be those sets would be bonus on top of earning the points for the incentive trip. All right, so those are the announcements I have. Let's look at our month of June. And if you have questions on top of that, I want to be able to get right to Amanda. So if you have questions, just type it in the chat. Dar, somebody can be answering those. Andrea, Haley, Erica's on here. Kim, Jen, I see Kristen, different Leslie, people that can go in there as leaders and answer too. Okay, so let's look at, I'm going to go through the top 20 names. When I get down to the top 5, I'll give their sales. Jeannie Woods, let's just preface too, our top 20 in sales last month, our number 20 sold $1,844. So she was almost at 2,000 to be in the top 20. 19, Haley Looney. 18, April Shook. 17, Maureen Flanagan. 16, Susie Stevenson. 15, Tracy Wilson. 14, Haley Cameron. 13, Aaron Renecki. And now I lost my number. I think 13, Jessica Mitchell. 12, Mary Blair. 10, Dina Doyle. 9, Veronica Armijo Garcia. 8, Rachel Sprinkle. 7, Karen Beistel. 6, Kim Jonas. 5, Joni Rizzi. And I'm off a number. I don't have my number. So I just guessed when I said the number. 6, Darlene Lavoie. All right. Then 5. So let me unmute you guys so we can do some cheering here. All right. 5, Janice Hayes with $4,169. Woo, Janice. Oh, I thought I unmuted you guys. Hang on. All right. I can't unmute you. You can unmute yourselves. I said, ask them to unmute. I don't seem to see that button that says unmute all. Okay. Number 4, Erica Robinette with $4,391. Way to go, Erica. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I did my numbers all wrong. I can't count today, apparently. I'm sorry. Number 5 was Darlene Lavoie. So I do get to say her amount. $3,665.
Hey, Darlene.
Number 4, Janice Hayes, $4,169.
Way to go, Janice.
Number 3, Erica Robinette, $4,391.
Erica.
Number 2, Courtney Huther, $5,338. has so much nail polish. And number 1, Erica Robinette, $5,829.
Thank you. Way to go.
Truly amazing,
Did you
ladies.
say her twice?
Do I have her on?
You said
I
her
do.
twice.
I didn't even, my assistant does this, and I did not notice she had her name on there twice.
That might, I
One
just,
at 4,300 and one at 5,800. So she put the name in wrong for my 4,300. Yeah, I'm gonna, while Amanda talks, I'll go in and figure out who that person is supposed to be, and then I will come back and tell people after. All right, then we have 5 new senior stylists: Bree Florent, Angela Brown, Rebecca Parchman, Amy Campbell, and Carla Vondran. Our new senior stylist, new team leader Ashley Somas, and new director Nicole Shook. Congratulations.
woohoo!
Circle of Excellence, Jen Sheets, Dina Doyle, Darlene LaVoy, Simone Ridley, Jillian Lippert, Janice Hayes, Veronica Armijo Garcia, Courtney Hutler, and Erica Robinette. I can't always read all those names because sometimes there's way too many, but this time this month was a little bit, as we know, it was a J month. So we don't have quite as many promotions and stuff. But we still had 77 new stylists. Our monthly sales, 694,746, giving us cumulative team sales of $25,289,597. Way to go, everybody. Amazing month. Congrats to all of you. If your name is not on here, it could be on the rest of the newsletter, number 1 in the state, or for enrolling for other things. And if it isn't on that newsletter, and that might be one of your goals, maybe you want to achieve that. And it's totally, all right, I'm muting people again. It's totally doable. These people have worked hard and set goals to be able to book a certain amount of nail bars, to make sure they're enrolling and being consistent with that. So it's, even if you haven't done it, it doesn't mean it's not something you can do too, if you set that for your goal. All right, so congrats to everybody, whether you were on there or not, everybody who did sales, everybody who enrolled, everybody who got on a training or contributed to the team. Everyone is part of our team. So congrats to everybody. All right, so with no further ado, because I'm good. I said 8:15, it's 8:16. Yes. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have Darlene introduce Amanda, since Darlene and Amanda are working together, and Darlene so graciously offered this to our entire team instead of just Team Reach for the Stars. So we so appreciate you offering it to all of us. And I'm going to let you introduce Amanda, and I'm going to mute me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Debbie. And thank you for everything that you do for this team. We really appreciate you. And, oh, got somebody not muted. So like she said, without further ado, I want to introduce my friend and fellow vending event trainer. We're both training at conference for vending events. So you'll see both of us together again, if you're signed up for vending events or if you watched it in the future. And Amanda and I have really become fast friends and supporting each other's teams. And Amanda so graciously offered to come and speak to our team about her success with enrolling and what her mindset would be for enrolling, and why that makes her 2 years running, 3 years running, one of the top 10 enrollers in the entire company. So please help me welcome Amanda Simon, Senior Executive Director. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, you guys. Anytime I have the chance to work for and with another team, it's something that I take really seriously. It's a huge responsibility. It's like babysitting someone else's children, not like your kids, but like that type of, oh my gosh, I don't want to do anything wrong. I have to do it all right. So a little bit about myself. First of all, people that I know from my childhood, when they found out that I have made it with a beauty brand, we all laugh. I mean, I laugh. I truly I won't apologize for my faith. I am a strong Christian, and I truly, this is like 100% proof that God has a sense of humor, because I never did anything girly. There was nothing glamorous or glittery or sparkly about me. I grew up with two brothers. I was the only girl in the neighborhood playing with all the boys. So I had to be faster, stronger, better, which was great because that paved the way for me to go to college. I was a two-sport Division I athlete in college. Then got married. God sends three boys into my world. I was teaching the footworks for double plays while other moms were, putting like sparkles and tiaras on their little girls. So when Color Street came into my life, it was completely by surprise. And I'm reading a book. I'm first and foremost, I will say to you, I am a product of everything I have read over the last 4 years. I devote at least 20 to 30 minutes a day to personal development because I knew early on that if I wanted to be successful, I needed to learn to think the way successful people think. It was all right here. It was a change in mindset. And the reason that I was where I was in my life was the result of how I was thinking then. Okay. If I wanted to change where I was going or change the life that I was living, I had to change my thinking. So I started very early on reading. And I have known the direct sales world, the direct sales industry. I have 3 friends. I watched them from the day they signed up in 3 different companies become successful. So I believed in the business model. So I got a text from a friend and she said, there is this new direct sales company. I think you would be great at it. Can I call you tonight to tell you about it? And I'm like doing cartwheels pretty much across the living room thinking this might be what I've been waiting for. And she calls me that night and she's telling me about this company and it's got a revolutionary product and it's going to save women time and money and they're going to use it and they're going to want more and it's fun. And I'm thinking, okay, either she's totally making all this up or it's illegal. Either way, I don't want to have anything to do with it. So finally, I'm on the edge of my stool and finally I say, would you just tell me what this thing is? And with all the excitement she could muster, she's like, try nail polish. Okay, you know the cartoon when the snowman melts into a puddle? That was me. I'm silent. I'm devastated, completely deflated. And I got off the phone by saying, you're going to do great. It's not my thing. And I said these words, you're more likely to see me with a shotgun or a fishing pole in my hand than glitter on my hand, but good luck. That was it. Couple months later, same place, same time. She said, can I just show you? Can I put a sample on you? And in my head, I remember, you can't be rude. You can't be rude. You can't be rude. So reluctantly, I put my hand out. And in about 3.5 seconds, Pacific Waters was on my nail. And I remember looking down and looking up and I said, that's it. And she said, yeah, that's it. And I said, sign me up right now. So from day one, and I tell you all that because from day one, I had belief. The book that I'm reading, Byproduct, puts it so beautifully. They use the acronym TBAR, TBAR. Your thoughts become your beliefs become your actions lead to your results. Without even recognizing it from day one, that's what I had. So I believed in the industry because I had 3 friends who already were successful in other companies. I saw the product. I'm like, look, I can learn to wear glitter. Somebody's going to make a bunch of money with this company and I am getting on that train. I'm not getting left at the station. And so everything I did from then was all about that belief and that mindset. And it was a done deal in my head. Like, I'm doing it. I don't care if it takes me a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm doing it. So I say that because that is very much my mindset with enrolling. I knew if I was going to be a leader, if I was going to earn what I wanted to earn, if this was going to become my career, that I had to enroll. And I never saw it as, oh my gosh, I've got to get out and enroll. It was, oh my goodness, look at the opportunity that has been given to me. And just look at the opportunity that I have to give to other people. So let that sink in, because that 180-degree shift right there is why, as Darlene said, I have been a top 10 enroller 3 years in a row with this company. And I'll go into that a little bit more and how that has launched my business forward. But the reason I've been able to do that is because I knew from day one it would change my life. I didn't have credibility. I didn't have results. I didn't have my own success. But I could look at other people in other companies. And as I got to know more and more Color Street leaders, then I could see that it was working in our company. So you borrow on what other people have until you have it yourself. So I will never, ever, I get so aggravated and annoyed when someone says, well, of course you can because you're successful. Well, guess what? We all start at the same spot. We all start out, that little rectangle is our whole graphical tree. It was just me, just like it was just you. So I started out there, but that did not stand in my way of the belief that I had in this company and where it was going, and my ability not to do it where I was, because I was not able, I didn't have the skills. So I had to learn. And that was the other thing I had going for me. I am a good student. I believe that we can learn anything if we choose to. And I have not stopped reading. I haven't read a Nicholas Sparks book. I haven't read a trashy novel. Every single thing I read can go into one of two piles. One pile is on mindset by great leaders, great thinkers, motivational speakers. The other is on skill set and specific network marketing, direct sales, those types of books. Everything I read is in one of those two piles. And there's great things in all of them. I don't love every book, but I get something out of every book. Okay, so when I look at where I am now, and I have to share this, like a year in, I was a team leader. And with conference coming up, I went to my very first conference, a team leader. I met my successful upline for the very first time. I sat next to her at that team leader meeting. It was July of 2018 in Vegas. I wrote that letter they told us to write. They said, fill out this sheet. Deb, I don't know if you were there, where we had to fill out the sheet saying, my perfect day is, the people I'm with are, I'm living blank, the car I'm driving is, this is the perfect everything. And then they gave us the assignment, and I bet most people did not do it. They gave us the assignment and they said, take that letter, go home, or take that sheet, go home, write yourself a letter in the present tense as if every single one of those things has already come true, and then read it a lot. And I did it. And I promoted 3 times in 6 months, and 18 months in, I was an executive. That is the power of belief, you guys. My brain didn't know that what I was reading wasn't true. So my subconscious went to work making that happen, engineering the life that I wanted. So you become the architect of your life and of your dreams when you start thinking that way. So my enrolling mindset is just that. Imagine, I'm the girl that you guys aren't asking. I'm the girl that's too busy. I was a 4th grade teacher up until about a month ago. Bye, job. Boys, tomboy, super busy, like all in volunteering at my school, chaired the 5K. I mean, I did it all. I was on the board at Young Life. I was on the board at Sarasota. Like I was busy, but those things weren't paying me. So what I decided to do was, okay, I'm going to build this business, and all the time that I'm spending doing all these other things, I'm going to make this my priority. And we all have that choice. We are all busy. None of you are sitting back going, oh, I have nothing better to do. I just can't think of anything, right? We're all busy. And so what separates those of us in Color Street who are successful from those of us who are not yet is that we have prioritized it. We have created the time for it. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I was teaching full time, especially this past year through COVID, can I cuss? If I could cuss, I would say it was a blank show, because that's what my life has been, trying to teach full time, differentiate, wear a mask. These guys are with me in front of Zoom while I'm teaching everyone else in my classroom. That was my life. And what I was doing with my business, I was dropping balls left and right, but I was keeping enough of the important ones up in the air. So enrolling became my thing. I think, I don't quote me on these numbers, but I think I enrolled 51 since conference last year. Okay, let's talk about the how. Consistent effort over time. Every single week, my accountability question to myself is, how many new people have I reached out to about the business opportunity or about the product? New people. Because if you're still trying to get those 4 people that keep telling you they're going to sign up, there's hundreds out there. And guess what? They're going and they're signing up with other people because the other people have asked them. With all the people I have enrolled, there might be 1 or 2 that actually got in touch with me and said, hey, I think I want to learn more about that. How do I sign up? What do I do? Okay, so all the other people have come as a result of me asking the question. And when I ask the question, it's very simple. I always say it may or may not be for you. That way they've got a way out. I might say, do you know anyone who? And that way it doesn't feel like they're in the direct line of fire, like I put them on the spot. But I am consistently asking the questions. If you're only doing some of this some of the time, my guess is that you're frustrated. If you're doing this consistently day in, day out, week in, week out, you're going to see results. I've had way more no's than all of you. I promise you, tons. But I've gotten more yeses. The no's are not personal. I see myself, and if you guys, I did a Tuesday training last week. So my Tuesday training, some of this is in there, but not the way you guys are getting it because of compliance. And, you know, there's a lot of this and a lot. So I really had to tone it down, which was not easy. But I mean, it's a result of asking. It's a result of my daily method of operation and my weekly method of operation. So if my goal is to talk to 10 new people a week and yours is 1 or 2, let's say 2, at the end of the month, I've talked to 40 people and you've talked to 8. Who's going to enroll more people? And don't get hung up. Don't get hung up on, oh, well, she's going to say yes. I know she's going to say yes. You want to know the best thing you can do to enroll that girl? Go out and enroll someone else and succeed in this business. There were 2 people that were on my dream team. They were the first 20 names on my list. I asked them both the first week I was in business. They both said no, but I added them to my VIP group. A whole year went by. They never liked or commented on a single thing, but they were watching. Little more than a year later, I picked up my Mercedes. I heard from each of, they didn't know each other, but they both got in touch with me. Tell me more about this. I want to know more about this. And they are 2 of my 5 executives now. The only regret they both have is that they didn't enroll sooner. But by me asking, and they were rock stars, like they were successful, they were busy, the timing wasn't right, but that didn't stop me from asking. And when they said no to me, I'm like, okay, who's next? I wasn't like, oh, they said no, this isn't going to work. Well, if it's working for everybody else, you guys, it'll work for you. You just have to do the work. All right, so generally when I talk enrolling, I talk about the why. Why do you have to share this? And I always believe that if you know the why, you will figure out the how. I do not give scripts. I don't have a script. I'm just real when I talk to people. I'll bet you if you saw a good movie this weekend, you would be telling your friends what a great movie it was. I bet if you went out and there was a great deal on your favorite brand of shoes, you would be telling your friends, right? As women, we share. That's how I feel about this. This is the best thing out there. I am living a life I never could have lived because someone said, hey, I'd love for you to do this with me. That is what you offer to people when you offer them a chance to join your team. Sometimes you're the only one that can deliver that message. For me, that's responsibility. And then I sit back and I just collect decisions. Nope, it's not for her. Nope, timing's not right. No, she said no, but maybe her daughter. Oh, she thinks this would be fun. Let's run. They're not saying no to me. They're saying this isn't the right thing at the right time. So let go of the emotion. Detach yourself from that. I mean, I'll be honest, sometimes I'm disappointed when people say no. I'm way more disappointed for them than I am for me. I'm way more disappointed that I have the vision for what they can do with this, that I have the belief in them and they don't have it in themselves. But it's not about me. That's telling me something about them. So you're going to meet people through this that you would never have known if you hadn't talked to them about the business. You will enroll strangers. I have enrolled a lot of people I never knew before Color Street. And then I've helped my team enroll people that I've gotten to know. So you will have lifelong friendships with people that you don't even know yet, that you're going to enroll, and they're going to share your love and share your vision and share your excitement. And it is so fun when you find those people. So friendships are huge. Second thing, and I kind of touched on this, I'm just going to say it. It's your responsibility. This was given to you. It's your job to pass it on. Don't decide for someone. Let her make the same choice that someone allowed you to make. If you're not asking, you're not giving her that chance. Okay, third thing, and this is where I kind of have to be careful. If you want to ensure rank, if you want to ensure that you promote, your team promotes, enroll. Because if you're a team leader or higher and you enroll someone and you properly launch them, let's be honest, guys, sometimes life gets in the way of this business. It's a volunteer army, and some months people just have stuff going on, and we're that one person away. And if that person qualifies, then that one's a senior stylist, and that one's a team leader, and that one's a director, and that one's a senior director, and then that one's an executive, and it's that one person. Well, guess what? Something happens. God forbid something tragic, who knows? Something happens. But if you have done your job and you have gone out and you have enrolled and you have launched and you have gotten her off to a good start, following all the new guidelines and the policies and procedures, I will cover my butt there, you can place. And that is your insurance policy. Everybody just made rank because you got out and hustled and did the work. And then the last one for me, I'm just going to be honest, and I know this is being recorded, so nobody turn me in. But guys, you're all stylists, so I'm safe, but there is a ton of money in enrolling. Okay, my E1, my E2, my ready to ranks, my jumpstart credits, every month, I'm trying to, are close to the low end of executive director monthly income. And that is just from enrolling. That's it. That's it. Let that sink in. I would make that money if I were a team leader. So there are stylists. If we are good enrollers, we are literally earning. We have the potential. If I put we have the potential, then I'm okay with compliance. We have the potential to earn several $1,000s a month because of that extra 3% that we're picking up as the enroller, the direct enroller, or the indirect, meaning I enroll Deb, I earn 3% of what Deb does, and then Deb enrolls 20 people, and I earn 3% of all 20 of those people. That's my indirect. Okay. All right, let me take a breath. I've just kind of like fire hosed you guys, but I know I didn't have a ton of time. Let me open it up for questions or comments or feedback, but notice I didn't say, this is what you say. This is how you do it. If you understand those 4 reasons why you need to, you will figure out how to, and how to is just being you. Hey, this is really awesome. We'd have fun together. Let's do this. All right, unmute guys. I would love some feedback. I would love some questions. Help me help you.
I got one.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm in Rhode Island. My biggest thing is I've never done sales before. And I did this because they sell themselves, basically. I'm having fun. I'm a mail carrier. I'm away at dog shows almost every weekend. I'm out birding when it's nice out. So I don't want to be
mail carrier.
I don't want to be in front of a computer most of the time during the summer, but my biggest thing is I don't want to sound too salesy, and I don't want to force people into, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. It's not in me to do that. So how do I get people to enroll without sounding that way?
So I have no background in sales or business. I'm much more comfortable around 10-year-olds. I love kids. I guess I would just ask you the question. I'm not going to try to change who you are, but do you see the success that people are having with this company?
Oh, absolutely.
So why wouldn't you want to give someone the same choice that you've been given to say yes or no to this?
True. Yes, I would want them to be happy and excited to sell them. And I don't know. I'm just not, I don't have the sales part of me in myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say I don't either. But if I see a good movie, I'm going to tell my friends it's a good movie.
True.
If I see a good sale. And so when I was up there teaching 3 different ways to do multiplication, I was selling the fact that multiplication is so fun. We really do. And I don't even like the word sell. I mean, if somebody had said to me, hey, do you want to sell Color Street? I would have been like, heck no, I'm running for the woods, right? But when I saw the opportunity to have a piece, and again, my vision was bigger than most. I get that. when I realized that I had a chance to have a piece of what this company was going to be in the future, I mean, it could be men's underwear. I'd be like, this is really an amazing opportunity. It's a chance I don't want to pass up. And so my belief was there. And so when I'm sharing it with someone, I'm not, trust me, I do not want to sell anyone on doing this. If I've got to sell them on it, if I've got to talk them into it, if I've got to be salesy, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be way too much work. And I do not have time for that. I want the person that says, oh my gosh, this is fun. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Yeah, I want to have business of my own. Yeah, I want to earn some extra money. Yeah, I want to be in charge of my time. That's what we are offering. So it's all in how you're seeing it. I can tell you, people will say, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be this. If you're already conscious of that, there's no way that you would be. But what, and I'm not calling you out specifically, but what people are doing when they're operating from that mindset, they're being selfish. They're deciding for that person. How dare I decide that she's not interested? How dare I be the one that not give her the same chance I was given? Why doesn't she deserve that? She deserves it. Everybody deserves it. That's why I enroll a lot of people, you guys. I believe everybody deserves the choice.
We also, you and I have talked a lot about listening and connecting with people and hearing like their pain points. So like for me, for Amanda, you could tell your story about like why it works for you. And for me, I was a stay-at-home mom, and it's all about, we talked about this 30-second commercial in our vending event training, but just kind of like saying what your pain points are, but listening to theirs as well. So my pain point is I wanted a career, didn't end up having one because of, you know, life pivoting and changing directions. And I became a stay-at-home mom. And so I lost having a career for good things, good reasons, but I wish I would have found the direct selling model sooner. And this opportunity would have presented itself sooner. So had somebody caught me at that moment to offer me something like that, and it was a long time ago, my daughter's 27 now, but that opportunity would have been appealing to me to have a career and stay at home. Amanda, I think your story is really awesome too.
Thanks. I am wearing glitter, by the way, and I'm at my camp. So I, anything that people will use as an excuse, my thinking has changed so much that I then see that as the reason. Example, I live 2 to 3 months out of the year up here in the Adirondacks. In order for me to be on this call, I left my cabin. It meant a 10-minute boat ride across the lake, a cabin where I have no cell signal, I have no electricity, I have no internet. That's where I live 2 to 3 months every year. And last summer, I still enrolled 13 people. So don't give me, when I hear from my team, well, I don't know anybody. I'm in the middle of the freaking woods, you guys. There's more bear and deer than there are people. Don't give me that. I'm on a 3-mile lake with 13 cabins. So how do I do it? It's a priority. I'm intentional. Instead of making excuses, I figure out, how can I do this? I will not accept a single excuse from myself. I just won't. But that's my level of commitment. And I'm certainly not sitting here saying to you guys, you have to do this. But I'm saying, if you want the lifestyles, the success, the time, the choices that you see other leaders in this company having, there's a price that you've paid. We've all paid that price. It's just whether or not you want to. And I'm going to tell you, once you make the decision that you do, You never have to make another decision. When I decided I was doing it, I never had to decide, well, am I going to get on that team call? Am I going to watch that Tuesday training? And am I going to drive an hour and a half for a nail bar? I never had to decide one of those single things. When I decided I was doing it, if it moved my business forward, I was doing it. That was just my level of commitment. Darlene asked you guys to asked me to tell you about my experience teaching. I was good at what I did. I'm a published author and researcher. I was teacher of the year. For teacher of the year, I got a pat on the shoulder and a bouquet of balloons. I didn't get any extra money. It didn't matter how hard I worked in that classroom. There was a sense of personal satisfaction. I love my job. The only reason I left it is because my boys are in other states and we just bought a third home so that we can go and stay in that third home, which is closer to 2 of our boys, and see more of them. But if they lived within a couple hours of me, I would still be teaching. My frustration with teaching was that no matter how good I was, there was a salary schedule. I had a master's plus 45, and that was what my job was worth. No matter how hard I worked, that was my paycheck, which meant the cars we drove, the vacations that we took, the amount of money that we could donate to charity, the way that we could help our kids. All of those things were determined by that sum of money. And the only way any of those things were going to change was if we found a way to make more money. And with this, it was like, man, I'm still getting paid on the work I did 3 years ago because I did the work right. So this business model is also something I would say educate yourselves on. Robert Kiyosaki writes the book, The Business of the 21st Century. And there's one principle in there that made all the sense in the world. Most of us trade time for dollars. We go to work, we have a job, we earn a paycheck. We stop going to work, we stopped making the money. With this business model, when I first got started and it was just me and I was working my business 5 hours a week, my business was growing by 5 hours a week. Now I have a team of 1,500. Let's say 1,000 of them are working their business 5 hours a week. My business is growing by 5,000 hours a week. There's nothing else out there that can do that. That's what you're offering people when you say, I want to tell you more about Color Street. I think you'd be great at this. You're so much fun. I'd love to work with you.
I love it.
I see lots of heads nodding. That's a good thing.
They're all muted.
I just wanted to say, Amanda, I think like what you said earlier about how, like you said, if you reach out to, 2 people a week, you're going to talk to 8 people. It's a numbers game. And it truly is like, if you look at how many people you enrolled, I look at last month, I enrolled 1 person last month, right? And I look and I say, how many people did I reach out to? I didn't reach out to enough. You know what I mean? So I think it's all about being doing a little self-reflection too, at the end of every week, at the end of every month, to say, what is my enrolling and how many people that I talk to about it? Because it truly is the more people that you talk to about it, and even circling back and talking to people about it more than once. And I think that's where people get worried of feeling salesy or feeling pushy. And it really is that the idea of, as long as you're asking and you're not saying you should, right? People want to be asked, and we need that follow-up just with anything, even us in a daily basis, right? We need those reminders that we get, and so sometimes something's a better time later than it is at that initial time. I wouldn't have half of my team if I only asked once,
And here's the other piece of that, Haley. If I have enrolled someone and her friend is in Color Street, and she said to me, I always wondered why she didn't ask me. I just thought she didn't think I could do it.
Ooh.
what? And I did say, I'm like, look, if she's your friend, and it wasn't like, oh, they're BFFs. I would never do that. I would be like, I am not going to start a BFF war. But, you know, it was someone that she knew. I also enrolled someone whose sister-in-law is in, and the sister-in-law never asked, you know, and she's like, well, I guess she just didn't want me on her team. Okay, I do. So there's always that perception too. Like, why aren't you asking these people? And what does it say to them if you ask that one and that one and that one, but you don't ask that one?
Yeah, it truly is like an ask everyone, you know, don't prejudge. And I think we're all at some point like guilty of that, you know, and again, it's just that self-reflection, you know, of asking yourself that question. Did you ask every person?
And I will say I do an opportunity call, and I will say on that call, if you have been invited to join this call by someone on my team, I hope that you realize what a compliment it is. Because in this type of business, we get to handpick our team. And I coach my team that they are looking for positive, motivated, fun, kind, compassionate people that they want to spend more time with. So the fact that you got an invitation to this is a compliment to you. And it really is. Like, I'm not asking everybody. There are some people I'll be like, no, go join Deb's team. No, just kidding, Deb. But you know, we all know those people. I'm not asking every single person. I am somewhat selective. And when I ask someone, I hope they feel like I do it in a way. Look, you have a great attitude. I have this amazing tribe of people. You would fit right in. I don't know if you ever look at other things. It may or may not be for you, but I'd love to talk more to you about what I do. That's it. We get in our own way, you guys. We really do. All right, I've got 2 more minutes. I have a 9 o'clock call with my team. So I want to make sure if any of you guys have any questions, let me know. Melissa, yeah, stay-at-home moms. I was home, you know, I don't know how many months through COVID, and it was difficult to enroll because I wasn't seeing anybody or meeting new people. I went back and enrolled people from elementary school that I hadn't seen or talked to in 30 years and just got back into the relationship using Messenger, using Facebook, being intentional with that. So I would say, how's your Franks list? If you guys don't have 600, 700, 800 names on your Franks list, you are really not developing that list the way that you should.
Connect the Dots today was on a 90-day run, and it was all about like increasing your social media. So like just reaching out to people all the time. I think the 90-day run, like I said, on Connect the Dots this morning, go watch that too.
Could I ask one question?
Yeah, of course.
You mentioned your piles of books. Are there any books that you would suggest or could get names of to us for someone starting out or just becoming?
First book I read was GoPro by Eric Worre. And he talked about 3 parts of network marketing or direct sales. He talks about the product and if it's a good product. He talks about the compensation plan, whether or not it's a generous compensation plan. And the third component is me. And he said, look around. If 1 and 2 are in place, then it's all on you. And that's when I was like, well, this could be a bad thing, but this could be a good thing because I was in control of my destiny. So I would say that one. The other one I'd love is Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Newstead. I love Badass by Jen Sincero. I love all the John Gordon books, John Maxwell books, Rob Sperry books. Trying to see what's on my shelf behind me.
I was just showing them what my favorite one. Just getting into personal development. It all starts with you. It's the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth.
Yeah, Byproduct is fantastic. I've got my nose buried in that right now.
Oh, that was it, Tracy.
Thank you both so much.
All right, if you guys have questions, you can get them to Dar. If you're gonna be at conference, come up and say hi to me. Conference changed my life. It made me, when I met other leaders and talked to them, I left there thinking they're really awesome, but they're nothing that I'm not. Like, I can get there. I knew I wasn't there, but I can get there. So I left there going, I can do this. And like I said, promoted 3 times in 6 months, from team leader to executive in 6 months, just because I got my head on right.
I'm putting your challenge out in my, in our in-person group. For a conference, I just haven't done it yet. I'm posting it there tomorrow morning. I love it.
Yes.
Selfie challenge.
Yes. Cause
Yeah.
right. You would love the brand new stylist to be like, oh my goodness, you're Debbie Bry. I'm so excited to meet you. And
Yeah,
we're like,
so
what? I'm just a
if you
normal
want to
person.
briefly tell them, whoever's on here, whoever's going to be in person, Amanda put out a contest or a challenge to her team and shared it with all the other SEDs and up.
Yeah, so if you're an executive or even a senior director, I just said, don't think my girls are weirdos, but I told them, get out and look at people's badges and start talking to leaders and asking them questions and make friends with them, and then snap a selfie and put it in our thread, because it's really, that was what I left. I left thinking like, oh, they're just regular people. Like, you know, like celebrity status in Color Street is celebrity status, but they're just so nice. So, all right, you guys, I gotta hop on my call, so I'm gonna leave this
so
one and
much,
let you guys
Amanda.
wrap up. Thanks, Dar. I'll see you Wednesday morning.
I know, I'm so excited.
All right, no,
And
Thursday morning.
And
Okay,
everybody
bye.
else on this call, here's the clarification for the newsletter, and I posted it. Erica's name was in there twice. She should have been second. So Courtney was our number 1. I don't know where that extra number with her name got pulled in there. So Courtney was number 1 at 5,300, which added Trina Sovereign to our number 20, since her name was in there twice. So she was at 1822. So congrats again to everybody. I
Bless you.
posted it with a so sorry.
Thank you for checking it out.
What's that?
Thank you for checking that out.
Yeah.
There were a couple other things that came out this week. Did you want to talk about those? Like the 6 month without BQ?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that real quick. So people no longer fall out of the system. But what would happen is, so instead of them falling out of the system at 6 months, they would lose their downline. So if they choose not to, if they are, you know, don't sell 300, don't sell, their 6 month, they don't sell, they would lose their downline. Their downline would roll up to them, but they stay in the system now. Reason, I mean, one of the biggest driving things behind it is just that some of these people consistently might sell $150, $200 a month, just might not get to 300. And all, you know, that's, I mean, that's still them having sales and adding to, you know, team volume and adding to their personal volume. So it's just kind of really giving them the flexibility that they can stay in. But if they aren't, you know, if they haven't, well, first, if you haven't sold $300 in a month, you're not getting paid on your team anyway. So
Right.
you're not getting paid on your team. So if you've made it to your 6th month and you haven't been paid on your team, then clearly you're in it more for, you know, just for the, hey, I'm going to make some sales here and there, not to work with the team. So the team would roll up then with the person that is going to be working with them and getting paid, you know, to work with that team.
Now,
So-
do you know if there'll be a warning still at the 6 month?
And that was asked. Amanda, do you remember what they?
I think she had to get off.
I
No,
think I see the little
I see her.
exclamation point though in our back office. 'Cause
Yeah, but
I-
I'm trying to think if they sent an email. I think that was.
Oh,
asked.
I see.
Amanda, Rebecca, I see you. Did you remember that being?
No, I feel like there's been a lot of questions that haven't been answered yet.
Okay.
Maybe the
That
conference.
went up.
Yeah, I think I would guess yes. You know, I guess they wouldn't decide who has a team. You know, they'd have to filter by that if they wanted to be specific. So I think they would just say, if you have a team, you know, it will. I think, but like I said, I feel like
I
There's
feel
been
like
a lot-
some things haven't been answered too. That's why I can't come
Yeah.
up with the answer. Yeah, so I'll look more into that. I know someone said, are you going to give warnings then? Still, because like I sent a warning for the 5 month from BQ, so I'll have to send my, you know, switch my verbiage now, so it doesn't say you'll fall out. or off the system, but now it'll be, you'll lose your team if you have team members. So does anyone else have other questions on that? I don't have tons of answers on it, but we were given a little, we were, we're in discussion with it. So we have some, knowledge of it, but not tons. And then what else, Star, were you thinking came out? I thought I addressed most of the other things at the beginning.
I don't know if you mentioned the foundation start coming tomorrow. Woohoo!
Yeah, I did all that at the beginning. Foundation,
Gotcha.
conference, heat wave, ready to rank, and our call next week was Sherry based on the trip. Assuming they'll announce a trip. Maybe I shouldn't be making
We'll
assumptions.
be talking about, yes. I think I heard him at one point saying where it would be announced.
Yeah, so I would assume.
Leslie asked a question in the chat about Circle of Excellence with the ready to rank. It doesn't matter, right? Like if you hit your highest rank or whenever that happened, it has no bearing with Circle of Excellence or anything like that, then you would earn that bonus this month.
Circle of Excellence or highest? Or ready to rank?
Oh, she's talking about the finish line bonus for this month.
Yeah,
That's what, yeah, it does that. Nothing else has any bearing on that. As long as you hit your highest rank, regardless when you hit it, team leader above, you would get that bonus.
So even before January, when ready to ink started.
Anytime your whole career, your
Yep.
highest rank ever in your career, if you hit that rank again this month, you'll get the money that's associated with that rank at team leader, director, and up.
Okay, thank you.
Isn't that amazing?
that's amazing.
Yes, guys, there's a lot of money to be had this month.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get it. Haley's smiling. June was tough.
yeah, but it's a new month.
It is.
Anybody else have any other questions? We got a big week coming up. Raise your hand if you are watching conference via Zoom. If your camera's not on, you can do your little hand raise too. Who's watching it via Zoom? Well, we got a few hands up there.
For the
Who
web
is-
virtual.
Who is gonna be going in person? See lots of hands there. So I'm so excited. So everybody in person, I will see you guys Thursday night at our little meet and greet. And everyone via Zoom. You guys may be watching by yourselves or with other people. Enjoy it. It's so much fun. And hopefully you'll be able to catch glimpses of like beautifully polished people here and there and stuff. That it'll encourage you next year, once COVID is gone from our lives, to be able to come in person and be around everybody. So my goal is that we at least double next year, since I know this year was kind of a wonky year for people to be there. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that tropical storm gets out of the way and we're all able to get there safely and have a great time. So congrats again, everybody. And again, be prepared for July stuff, assuming that trip points will start right away Saturday. And I will tell you, if you're new, the first 2 years of our trips, you had to be a director. So the second level leadership and up, you had to be a director to qualify. So we had people that did all the qualifications, but did not hit that leadership level. Last year, you did not have to be, they took that away. And it was any stylist up could hit that trip. So I'm hoping it stays that same way, that it's style, well, of course, BQ stylist, because you have to be doing $300 to do any, get any type of incentive they do. But so hopefully it'll stay the same and we'll be able to see everybody at every rank on this upcoming trip they announce.
Yep. So having that plan in place.
So again, Sherry McAllister's call is next week. Get on it. I can't advise it more to set your intentions out there and do it. Worst comes to worst, okay, you're in a couple months, you're like, I don't want to. But if you don't start at the beginning and work hard at it the first few months and keep going, the further along you get in the qualification period, the gap gets bigger and bigger to the points you need. So go in with gusto, and you can always change your mind, but it's harder to change your mind and want to earn it later and try to backtrack. Okay.
Right. And we're looking at some busy months coming up too. So, you know, a lot of good stuff happens in the fall.
Yes. Yes. All right, everybody. I know it's late. I know people have had probably long weekends and you're probably all ready for bed right now. So, all right, everybody, happy 4th of July weekend. Again, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Thanks again. I know it was the official holiday today, so I apologize that we have, this was scheduled on that, but with conference coming up, a bunch of us are at Disney next Monday, so I didn't want to put the call off until after conference. So, all right, everybody, have a great night, and I will see some of you this week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Bye, guys.